Welcome back, guys. So today I want to talk about the mini console wars. Yes, there is a war a waging that has to do with mini consoles. So there's been a lot going on as of late, and actually we have some new news concerning mini console gaming that I want to talk about today. So these mini wars are full swing with Sony's announcement of the PlayStation Classic. Awesome timing on their part, dropping this bomb right after Nintendo Switch Online went live. Kinda reminds me of the crazy beefs between companies back in the 90s. So currently the PlayStation Classic is available for pre-order via select stores, but they have already sold out on Amazon and Best Buy. So if you're looking for one, you're gonna have to get one via Walmart or GameStop ASAP to alleviate the stress of not getting one for retail pricing on launch. That's if you're interested. If not, hey, it's all good. But if you really want to get one, I do highly recommend trying to get a pre-order in as soon as you can. So the only real issue I currently have with the PlayStation Classic is not knowing what this system contains as far as the other 15 games. Usually pre-orders for products like this do not go live without those details. But hey, if you're interested in what I think may be on the system, check out my prediction video. Link will be in the description, but I seriously cannot wait to get confirmation of what the actual complete game list is. So come on, Sony, drop it, let us know. With Sony coming out of nowhere with this announcement, a few other events have taken place that are making me wonder what the future may hold. Sega just made a couple statements concerning the Mega Drive Mini via Twitter that I find rather interesting. Previously, when they first announced the Mega Drive Mini, there was no for sure release outside of Japan, but they have alleviated that worry by stating that the response for overseas fans was quite large and that they are planning a Genesis model for the US and a Mega Drive model for Europe. Now, if you recall, back when they first announced this mini console, AtGames, yes, AtGames, jumped up from the back of the classroom, swinging their hands in the air for attention. They made the statement that they were actively involved with this mini unit and it would be using their emulation software. This announcement from them has since been deleted, probably due to the crazy amount of negative responses and comments on that post, and Sega feeling embarrassed or pissed that these fools were trying to steal their thunder from the initial announcement they had made. Now, for some, AtGames is fine for casual play, but a lot of people have found the emulation used in the Sega flashback consoles to be fairly lacking. We get sound issues, frame skip issues, compatibility issues with cartridges on the latest iteration. Just so many damn problems. Which is why you see these flashback consoles being clearanced out and thrown into the bargain bins across the world where they belong. But fear not. I think Sega actually heard everyone's worries. With them being a Japanese company and not having the flashback consoles in their country previously, maybe they were not fully aware that their most passionate fans were disappointed in these offerings, even though they did express interest in importing them to Japan. But it seems they have heard us now. And the other part of this tweet they sent out seems like they have decided to partner with someone else to develop the Sega Mega Drive Mini. So they stated, in order to achieve the quality that satisfies Sega fans more, they reviewed the design centering on the original version of the Mega Drive and decided to partner with a domestic developer who has proven software development experience. With them furthering the development of this device, it is now no longer being released in 2018, but instead is being released worldwide at the same time in 2019. So I can definitely appreciate Sega wanting to make sure this product is a quality item for Sega fans everywhere. It would have been extremely disappointing to have just another AtGames dumpster fire. Hopefully, they can pull this one off and get back into the console world. Actually, the mini console world. The emulation and front end for this has to be quality though. Nintendo's done a good job with the NES and SNES Classic Editions as far as presentation goes, and I also feel they've done a good job with the emulation aspect as well. So, meet or beat the quality Nintendo has had, and make sure there's enough to go around, and this will be an awesome launch for Sega in 2019. So this year, the NES Classic was re-released, the SNES Classic stayed in production. The Neo Geo Mini is launching in the USA in just a few weeks, as well as the US version of the C64 Mini. Sony dropped that bomb with the PlayStation Classic. Sega let us know they're going to make a more quality system than what was initially thought. So where does that leave us? Is there going to be any more surprises this year? Well, guys, it is quite possible. The buzz today has been about the Nintendo 64 trademark going through. If you recall, last year Nintendo filed a Nintendo 64 trademark with the European Union Intellectual Properties Office. That trademark was just granted, and the biggest interesting thing was that it used a classic style logo for the Nintendo 64 controller in that filing. This is very similar to the branding the NES and SNES Classic used, and has led people to believe Nintendo may be readying to drop its own bomb by announcing the Nintendo 64 Mini to be released this year for the holidays. Nintendo does have a full plate of products for the holidays this year with special edition Switch bundles, hugely anticipated games like Pokemon Let's Go and Smash Ultimate. So does Nintendo really need another product for people to go crazy about this holiday season? My thoughts on this have changed quite a bit over time, but lately I've been thinking with the production of the NES and SNES Classics going through this year, do they really have the resources or the time to produce another classic console in 2018? September is almost over, and I fully believe if Nintendo does not make an announcement within the next 2 weeks, then the Nintendo 64 Mini will definitely not be coming out this year. But who knows? Sony surprised a lot of us. Maybe Nintendo is waiting to shock us as well. It would definitely be interesting seeing the Nintendo 64 Mini and the PlayStation Classic go head-to-head this year. You know, the original PlayStation sold over 100 million units, where the Nintendo 64 did slightly under 33 million. Still respectable. And hey, the N64 is the 10th best-selling home console of all time. So, not too shabby. But definitely during that period of time, it was a different world, and many did migrate to the PlayStation, and it dominated the gaming world. If you had to declare a winner for that generation, it obviously would be awarded to Sony. But now is a different time, and consumers may react differently to different things. Nintendo's been killing it lately. Sure, a lot of people could say Nintendo has been shady or not so consumer-friendly with some of its tactics. But whatever they've done, people definitely have Nintendo on their minds. I find this world of mini consoles pretty darn interesting. Sure, Nintendo wasn't the first to make plug-and-plays, but I feel they were the first to do them well. With Sony jumping aboard, Sega hopefully getting their act together with producing a quality system, the new SNK giving us something not everyone wanted, what else could happen? An OG Xbox Mini? A Sega Saturn Mini? A Sega Dreamcast Mini? Who knows, but it is definitely an awesome thing to me to have options for playing games we grew up loving. You know, I'm a busy family man. I'm hustling day in and day out to provide for my family, so my gaming time is relegated to smaller and smaller doses of casual play during most days. I find myself more gravitating to revisiting classics from a simpler time that doesn't require many hours of investment to enjoy. I love retro games. I do embrace new as well. But for those of us who loved gaming's past, I really dig having these official mini consoles. I cannot wait to see what the future holds. Let me know what you think about mini consoles in the comments down below, guys. I really do appreciate all of you stopping in to watch my video. It means a lot to me to be able to share my thoughts and passion of gaming with all of you. So, if you haven't yet subscribed, please consider. And also hit that notification bell so you can be the first to know when my videos drop. Smash that like button. Follow me on Twitter. Do all that stuff. Pretty sweet. And with that said, thank you. Peace out. Bye-bye. And boom.